ladies, germs, and all other humanoid creatures in between. Holy fuck, it's been a day. Holy fuck, it has been a day. A very good one, I will say. Because today, and I'm gonna tell you right now, don't let the music fool you, because we are gonna be having ourselves just a nice chill day with some art as per usual. But yeah, first of all, hello everybody. Hello. How do I do? I hope you all are having yourselves a very good one. You all having a good day, good morning, day, night, evening, whatever time zone you ought to be in today, whatever it may be. As for me, I have been having one hell of a day. I say this because I, earlier, hold on, let me go ahead and, hold on, are you kidding me? Hello. Kids ain't working, you gotta be shitting me. Let me go turn off my fan real quick, hold on. I had to go ahead and turn that up because I realized it was very loud. Holy shit. And also I realized that Tiz wasn't working. I'm sorry about that. I didn't even realize if it might have been working or not. Hold on 1 minute while I fix that. But yeah, today, for anybody that is unaware of what is happening, I mean, you saw what we're doing. If you haven't looked in the game category of the thing that we're going to be doing. What we're going to be doing, mind this. Hold on, actually, I should probably hide that. Today, what we're actually going to be doing is making some more art. What art? We're going to be continuing the PNG, continuing on making the PNG that we had earlier today. Because, you know, your boy wants to make sure to have a lot more special stuff kind of going on, you know? Give me 1 second while I just... Alright, there we go. We should be good now. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying earlier today, before I got into, before I set up everything for stream, I was trying out the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 earlier today, and boy, oh boy, let me tell you, I see what a lot of people that have been playing these games say, because goddamn, it is fun as shit. And also, if you hear this music in the background, the music that you hear is official music remixed and made by Capcom themselves. And this is a 2025 variant of the songs that we are listening to from Capcom vs. SNK 2. And boy, I'm not going to lie, this is some funky shit, boy. Some funky, groovy ass shit, and I have been loving it. But we're not here to play the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, sadly. That'll have to wait for a different day. As I said, we are going to continue just making some PNGs. And I believe, with all that said, excuse me, sorry. We shall hop into it. But first, up here, if you haven't been paying attention, I have a Redbubble and a coffee. If you haven't been, if you don't know, Redbubble has a bunch of stickers. So if you want to support your boy in any sort of which way, while also getting some stickers, a physical item, while supporting me, that would be very well appreciated. You can head over to my Rebel. It's in my about section, along with my coffee, where you can go ahead and commission me for some art if you wish, both for Twitch emotes and regular art pieces. So if you want to head over there and help support a small artist like me, and also get something either for art-wise for either you or for a friend, feel free to head over there. But for now, let's get to some actual art, and that is the PNG that I wanted to work on, which is this. Now, some of you may be wondering, well, I mean, it looks like it would be simple. You kind of went through that for about like an hour and a half earlier today. Why not go ahead and make it off stream? I was busy with a lot of personal shit earlier today, so yeah, that I wasn't able to touch it. We're not able to touch it at all. Well, yeah. In the meantime, while we be making this, we're going to be listening to a lot of the music from the Fighting Collection, because a lot of the stuff that we're listening to are remixed versions of the songs that are in these games that we have. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, they are a fucking banger. Oh, this one, I heard this one earlier, and I gotta listen to this real quick. Oh boy, this is some electric swing shit, baby! Oh, fuck. I didn't realize, damn it. I'm glad that you said something about that, Cocker. I don't know why, but I almost called you Real. I thought Real I was in here for a second. Okay, I'm also checking to see if I'm coming through, and luckily I am. Okay, but seriously, listen to this. Yeah, apologies, I unintentionally cucked all of you. I deeply apologize for that, but I will go ahead and hit you with one of these real quick. Let me just real quick pause the music so you can hear this. A satisfying pop for all your little ASMR loving needs. As Senor B would say, you like jazz? This is some electric swing shit, boy. What do you mean? Yeah, I was about to say that's some as I was saying, that's that's electric swing. What do you mean jazz? Don't get me wrong, as a jazz lover myself, this is nowhere near the same level as jazz. Well, jazz is very nice. But right now we're not here to focus on the music. Okay, we're here for art. All right. As much as this is a bang, as much as this is a bop, as much as it is a bop. This is giving me a nice old fucking musical stuff within my pants. Alright, but anywho, we gotta focus up. Drawing, that's what we're doing today. So let's focus on that for a minute here, please mind. That is an eraser, not a pen. Need to enlargen that a little bit. Add that a little bit to fit what is needed. Okay, for purposes of this PNG, I am going to be making minute edits as we go along. Oh boy, from what I saw, from what I heard, this one's a really good one. Listen to this one, people. Wait for it. And give it a second. Yeah, it kind of does have some Ninja Turtle vibes to it a little bit, huh? You know what's funny though? This song is actually called Stimulation. I'm definitely not gonna lie though, it's definitely stimulating my own brain cells a little. In all the right of ways. Oh man, this is this is a fucking remixed song for a goddamn game that is like decades old. Like I think like a little over 20 years old, bro. Like hell, fucking shit. I love it just because of the fact that it's like, you know, that the people that arranged this care for this game. It was made with love, and I adore that. Oh, there's... Yes! It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Beautiful! Oh man, this is that good techno shit right now. This is that type of shit that feels like some tech and shit, brother. Oh man, it makes me wish that we had like 15-minute long versions of these, just like how I have found the ones for like the MVC music that we've been listening to. I only wanted to listen to this because I wanted something to derive from the MVC stuff for a bit. Because while I do love that music, I will admit I gotta have been using it over and over again for every art stream that I've been having. So I thought this would differentiate a little bit. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It's nice. Beautiful. I am loving it. This is the type of shit that makes me staffed up in my pants. Well, I don't think I heard this one yet. Alright, now the question is how to go about with this arm. Because with this one, it's easy what I can do. I can just like draw on separate layers the hands and just kind of go from there. It's that easy. But now for this, you know what, for now, I'll work on the rest and we'll deal with that later. I'm sorry, it's just that this music just sounds so fucking good.
Wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
I know I'm praising the music a lot, but I mean, can you blame me? This shit be sounded beautiful, boy. Like this little piece that I have been working on. Forgive me for the fact that I haven't really been talking about it much. It's just been really trying to focus on this while also listening to these banger ass beats. Oh, this is the winning theme. Shush, please. Thank you. Let's try this one. Oh, this is the name entry thingy.
A winner like you deserve.
Shush, please. Let's try this. Hey, all right. Okay. I'm seeing what you're working with. Come on now. Procreate. Work with me for a minute, please, and shuttle. I kind of do want to find one that we can just have like play on repeat for a bit. I know it would be boring to have it be played on repeat, but I mean, like listen to this. Would you be fine with this on repeat? Because I know for a fact I already am fine with that. Some pretty good shit. I feel like the only way to best put this with like everything that has been going on with like music involved with fighting games as of late, and it's not to say that any of them have been bad, they've been pretty good, but in comparison with this versus how many things are now, it's like the meme of Gordon Ramsay where it's just like finally some good fucking food. This music is the good food that we've been waiting for, bro. And again, it's not to say that most of the music in mini games for that are fighters are bad. Just that we finally got something that is like a course that people have been asking for. Like this is the like we've been trying out the appetizers, and this is the main course for a lot of things, you know. And I have just been listening to a couple of fighter themes as of late. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, this shit is fucking nice. The Lord God, this one's called. Yeah, this is some sick shit, boy. This is some sick shit, and I am all for it. You know what? Hold on. That works a little. That works out, that works out. This is working very nicely. I can tell you that right now. I feel a disturbance that is very nice in the air. How do I know? Well, I don't look down towards my crotchety region. This is looking good. And I am feeling good too. Alright, well that pretty much is the body taken care of. Now to get to everything else. Now what to do with everything else is the question here. I'm a little lost. Yeah, I think I know what we could do. Doing nice, doing ren, doing lovely. Alright, now we add a bunch more layers on top and then we'll work on some extra layers on the bottom. By that I mean the layers that are involved with this arm. First, I just realized I need to fix a few things up here because I did not realize. Hold on, let me turn it down because my brain kind of having a hard time to kind of trying to brain at the moment. Music needs to be turned down just for a minute. Actually, no, I think it works better like that. I don't need that extra line, it'll be fine. Alright, but anywho. We need to work on some hands. This one's a short one. New combos is what it's called. Hydrate, thank you for the hydrate.
What do nightmares taste like anyway?
Pepsi. Pepsi.
Nice, thank you for the hydrate there, Cocker. I appreciate. Okay, where are we? We're here, okay. I forgot where I was mentally for a second.
Millionaire Fighting 2001.
Shut up! Okay, how about this one? What is this? Oh, it's the credits music. Alright. Why not? Let's give this a listen for a minute here. Okay, that's that one. Yeah, I had a feeling. We need to add just one more. Just one more layer. Just one more layer. That's all I need. Just one more layer. Got the Friday Night Funkin' vibe? A little bit, yeah. You know though what's kind of actually a little funny about this though? Just before I started stream, I was watching like another video about like the music involved with this. And apparently some of the people from Sega actually came in and helped out with a couple of music mainly involved with the first Capcom Fighting Collection and even this one. So hey, if any newer ones do sound a little bit kind of like a Sonic song, then you kind of then you already know why. In fact, I think it was actually with it was actually mainly with the it was mainly with a bunch of the other games. I think it was Project Justice, aka Rival Schools 2. Maybe because a potential Sega Capcom collab at the time. That would be a cool idea. I'm not gonna lie with you. Meantime, though, I kind of do want to do a little research with one more thing. Project Justice OST. We're gonna be listening to the OST of the newer Project Justice stuff. Words. Blech. All right. Anyway. 2K25 OST. Wow, nothing for that, huh? Wait, actually, maybe, just maybe. Let me do a little bit of research first. Let me do a little looking around for a minute here. Let me go ahead and do a little bit of peeping with my peepers for a minute. But words. I am not going to lie though. I definitely would be fine with a Capcom versus Sega kind of collab. That would be kind of cool. Outside of Smash Brothers, I would definitely like to see Ryu beating up Sonic in some sort of way. Again, outside of Smash. Boom. All done. Gonna do a little bit of a look-see for some other stuff real quick. Give me 1 minute. This stuff takes patience. Relax. I am trying to see if I can find some 15-minute long videos of the not the MVC stuff, CVS stuff, Capcom vs. SNK. I guess in the meantime, might as well bring this stuff back up real quick. Just as a temporary while I find this side stuff. You gotta give it 1 minute. This stuff takes time, okay? Oh, what? I think we may have something here.
Oh.
Well, actually, hold on. This is something that we can kind of listen to. We have the Power Stone stuff, because I forgot that Power Stone was also something that came up in the collection as well. I'm gonna give this a second. Hey, you know what? No, not that. You know, hold on. I did see that there was a... Shush, please. I did see that there was a Capcom versus SNK thingy. Where was it? There it is. This is the first one, not the second one, so there are obviously going to be a couple songs that some of us may not know. These ones are 30 minutes. What the fuck? Immediately no. Okay, yeah, this one's good. Alrighty, this one's nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is already getting me in a nice groove, baby. This is already getting me in a good groove. A nice sort of, I would say, probably jazzy sort of swing. A jazzy, like, electro swing of some kind. Hold on. Alright, this is going good. The R piece, I mean. The finger just felt a little too big. Alright, and that's those hands out of the way. Now we get to the metal bits, i.e. both my head and the metal arm. First things first, I say we start with the hands. Realizing it with the amount of hands and heads I'm going to be making, I'm going to need that amount of layers. Look how good. Also, by the way, on a cyber note, how y'all's been today, huh? Me, if any of you are curious or wanting to know, I had a pretty nice day, very productive, I would say. We were all, me and my family were all trying to, hold on, let me do a little bit of something over here, hold on, sorry. We were trying to get some grass growing in our lawn right now. We were just setting up all the straw, or hay, depending on how you look at things. Along with some grass seed, and right now it's looking nice. Let's look at hide. But how about y'all's in chat? Huh? Y'all's been doing nice? Y'all doing fine? By the way. Apologies, I had something stuck in the back of my throat. It was some phlegm. I had some phlegm in the back of my throat. And it's still there too. Don't you just hate when you try to get rid of something that's in your throat and it's just still stuck there? I hate that feeling. It's like having to sneeze that you can't just sneeze out of your brain hole, you know? Or your nose hole, or mouth hole, depending on how you sneeze. What is a brain hole? That's for you to interpretate, my friend. Forgive me, checking some stuff on the side. Give me one moment. Okay. Okay, how's that looking? Looking rather nice. Now it's time for the other hand. Better have this up so that way I know which one I gotta draw over. And I was just thinking, how can you see with all these lines? I can't. It's just a format of me just wondering where the fuck certain things are, I guess. Yeah, this is on its own there. Perfect. Kind of realizing it. I should probably work around the saw a little bit. Oh no, it's a fucking circular variant. There we go. That's what I need. I need an arc, not a circle. Hold on. Trying to do a little bit of manipulation just to kind of help out a little bit here, you know? Yeah, I think we are doing just dandy right now. What the fuck? This is turning out to be just a little bit rough. Okay, what if we do a little bit of this to manipulate it? Doing just perfect. You gotta do a little bit of this. And then we gotta go a little out more. Okay. Okay, hold on. I need to get rid of that for a minute so that way I know what hand I'm working with at this point. It's turning out to be a little hard to even understand where I am. My brain barely braining at the moment to take care of this thing. I'd say it's looking good so far. Well done. Yeah, looking nice. You're looking gorgeous. You're looking gorgeous, honey. Erase that a little bit right there. That's just a stray. I forgot the little line on the thumb. Okay, we're good now. Alright, and the only thing that will be left to do for the most part is just kind of getting the heads now. Pretty sure I just need to mainly focus on that for the most part. So let us do so. Let's start with basic head and then move forward from there. Man, would you look at that award-winning smile, huh? Do a little swing. A little skiloosh. Alright, now we whoop, little whoop, and a little whoop. I'm gonna continue with a whoop, and finally one more whoop. Alright, and now the face. Well, mainly the rest of the head, really, but yeah. You know what, hold on, I got an idea. Yeah, that kind of works out a little. Hat time. Alright, I need to re-manipulate the hair a little bit because, sheesh. That is not how my hair should look. Hold on. It's a bit better, but it needs to be just a tad bit larger. I almost forgot, I'm gonna need to add one extra layer for purposes of this, which is the eyeball. The eyeball is a key factor in every sort of facial format. Don't believe me? Look at Deadpool. You may not have his face shown, but you can see the expression in his eyes, very much so. Same would go for Wolverine if you saw the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Also, I gotta say real quick, just because this is the geek in me that just has to say this, but I love that they gave him that mask because it really just shows people that you can still have a good actor show proper facial expressions even behind a mask. All you just need to do is just give them some, even when they have like a fully white-eyed mask, you know what I mean? You just gotta like give the proper expressions. And luckily that mask did just that. Besides, like, I know a lot of people are just gonna be like, oh no, it's awful, oh no, it's horrible, oh no, it's not great at all. Bitch, look at Batman. He has a mask that makes him look angry 24/7. Talk back to me whenever you go ahead and just give me a proper opinion that really matters. Docker, I know you agree with me there, right, buddy? Knowing you're an avid Wolverine fan. Wrong brush. Hold on, my back. Oh man. Okay, white. And this one's kind of a rough one to get out of the way. Oh, yeah, this one's a bit hard to get it. You can just get out. Hold on. Yeah, I can barely even get out. Aye. This is totally goes very nice. But now we must get to the other head. I.e. the open mouth with a luscious tongue. Yep, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Oh fuck, I just realized I drew on the wrong layer with that one. Alright. I drew on the wrong layer when I was drawing this. Dummy. Okay, get rid of that for now and now get to the next one. What the fuck? Yeah, for some reason I was just trying to draw and it didn't want to draw for a second. I don't know why. Erase this a little bit. Formulate it a little bit where it kind of somewhat matches with the rest of the mask. The music has been a bit nice, I will say. Where the fuck did that even come from? It's very chill, very quaint, very exquisite. I like it. And now for the important part of the entire mask, the tongue. Tong, 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 tong. And if any of you are wondering, obviously yes, the tongue is made out of metal. So there's not any necessary need to worry about any sort of drool. Unless I activate the saliva gland, the artificial saliva glands, in which case that's a different story. Okay, something's up with my iPad. I feel like not picking up the idea that I have been like touching it for some reason. I don't know why. Like right there, I was just like, oh, touch. Oh wait, I think it might be the. Hold on, I think it might be because there's like a probably a minuscule layer of like sawdust. Let me ask you, why is there sawdust on your iPad? I had it on my person while I was sitting down some shit. I need to get rid of the reference in the background because I need full attention of where things are for a minute here. Sorry, I'm in my throat again. Okay, is this all good? Looks to be all good. Alright. Now back to the main part of all this, and that is the eyes themselves. Circle, there we go. Having it a little obscured from being a full circle, kind of does sell the illusion a little bit. I think that's good. Now we combine layers. It's looking magnifique. All right. Now here's the part where we focus up on the coloring now. Okay, where's reference? There's reference. Okay, now then we go to this layer and we reactivate this for purposes of getting the proper colors. Alright, skin tone. That is not what I... Oh yeah, right, I forgot. That's not how I did things. Forgive me, it's stupid sometimes. Es stupid. Hold on one measly minute. I need to go into this and kind of do a little bit of a rearrange because that little gap leaves a little bit of what I personally call artist anxiety. Reason why is because I fear that there may be a potential problem in that later down the line in forms of the bucket tool. I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody wants that. How long have we been using this song in particular? You know, let's go to the next one. Alright. Okay. Ooh. Now this is just dapper, isn't it, ladies and germs? Dude, that is very tech. This music is very tech-esque. It is very tag tournament. Very tag tournament. Very tag tournament. Capcom was literally just like, what's the type of music that we could use that makes this kind of sound good? Well, I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know if it might sound like very infringing. But I mean, have you heard the music from this Tag and Tag game? I think it might be something to kind of use this for reference. Because, boy, this feels like it's bordering on infringement. It's on the border of infringement, I feel. I just realized for this reference that I made, I never put in the fucking paint splatters for this part of for this hoodie reference. I need to go back and fix that later. Chat, a favor to ask. Remind me to go back into my reference and change some shit that is very absolutely necessary. Also, I'm realizing that I'm still on the fucking... I'm still working on the jacket, not the head. And the head is on a separate layer. I gotta remember that. Alright, looking decent so far. We're looking good. Just take the color off of my butt for a second. What is that? What is that? What the fuck is that? Hey, better. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Again, me doing this art stuff is kind of ruining my fingies a little bit. Alright, so far, so good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the body layer done. Now I gotta get to the hands and heads. Yes, multiple heads. Alright, I gotta remember, fist clenching is for that head specifically, same with the hand, the metal hand with the chainsaw blade. Also, I just remembered that there are, like, I almost forgot that there are, like, some more free games on Epic that were, like, gonna be available in about 6 hours from earlier today. I should check what they are real fast. Oh no, that's days. I thought that was hours. My bad. I was looking at it earlier, it was just like, oh, new stuff in 6 hours? That's neat. Nope, apparently it was hours. It was hours. Shabba-dabba-da. Ba-bing, ba-bam, ba-ba-ba-boom. Alright, now for this. Reference, boom. Is that on the right? It is on the right layer, okay. Get that right there. Okay, well, good to know that that's there now. It would have been helpful to know that that little error was there earlier, but apparently the brain just not like the brain and things just... Oof. Do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, do a touch up right here, do a little dab up right there. Get that out of my system. That is looking good. I think now is the time to go ahead and erase all of this now. Yeah, that's looking fucking nice. I'm glad that with at least like the normal hand, I don't really need to worry about it, but the metal hand, this is definitely not necessarily a hassle, but definitely a experience, to say the least. Okay, I should at the very least get to the other hands now. Actually, first the head, the last head, or the first head, I should say. Right. I was also going to say that I'm a little upset that I didn't prep a reference with the tongue, but then I realized, oh wait, it's right there. Also, if any of you are asking the question, why did you give yourself a long tongue? I like the idea of being able to use the tongue as a weapon in some cases. Like, I mean, do you see what the xenomorph aliens do with their fucking tongues? I mean, I know it's technically a secondary mouth, but it's inside the mouth. Therefore, I consider it a tongue. It's a tongue with a mouth. It changed my mind. Even if lore-wise it says otherwise, I don't care. Okay, a little bit of that. And now here's where the colors for the eyes come in. Let's go. Oh man, there was something in my nose. Any of you hear that? Okay, realizing it for the hair, I am going to need to do this so I can add another reference. The reason why I'm hiding it is because I do not want any sort of pictures to kind of just show anything. Wait, I'm doing the wrong thing. Hold on. I do not want any pictures of mine to be shown on stream, especially for the fact of I do not want to potentially be taken down from this website. Where's a proper hair reference when you need them in? Yeah, this'll work. Yeah, this'll work. Give me 1 second here. Okay, and boom. There we go. I had to get to this because of purposes for making the hair look like how I need it to. How's it looking? This is kind of looking pretty nice. Very bright. A little bit though, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on 1 second. Need to do a little thing real quick just for me personally. Oh, wrong button. I had to brighten it up on my end a little bit. Okay, very nice. All right. We've been kind of listening to this one for a bit, so I think it's time to go ahead and go to the next one. And also, thank you for the Hydra Conquer.
What do nightmares taste like anyway?
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
You gonna get a little out of there, Albert? Oh, yep. Okay, you are. Oh, that's what this song is. Okay. Oh, this song's from. I've been hearing it from like a bunch of videos as of late, and I'm like, where is that song from? Little did I know. What is it? This one. Needle. Huh. Needle. Nice. This has actually got a nice beat to it, though. Wait, hold on. What? Those are the lyrics in that song? Hold on. Excuse me? Those are the lyrics. Those are the lyrics in this song, and this is in a teen-rated game. Is it a teen-rated game? Hold on, now I gotta find out. What is the rating on Capcom versus SNK? Capcom versus SNK. A1 rating. Hold on. Age rating. It's a teen-rated game, and this. Hold on. Realizing I think I might have heard something. Hold on, I need to listen to this. Wow, this got passed in a this is a song that got passed in a teen-rated game. Hey, fuck it, excuse me. I'm ready to fucking spill. That's a lyric for a song in a teen-rated game. Huh? Excuse me? Fucking excuse me? Fucking excuse me? I need to like double check with this real quick. That is the wrong. Hold on, okay, I'm gonna have to type out this whole fucking. Type out this whole title for this just to even double check that, huh? Age rating, I need to see. It is teen. This is a song that got put into a teen-rated game. That is just that is crazy to me. I love this game even more. I love the SNK games. Or the I mean the CVS games now. Also, I just realized I need to turn on my lights. I forgot to do that again. And also, I'm gonna stand up just for a minute because I need to let my legs stretch. Oi, 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 oi. Stretch it out real quick. Taking the moment, you know. All right. Yeah, this is definitely now my new favorite like fighting game song just in general because I did not expect to hear that word in a song for a 18-rated game. that this song just alone just really sold me on Capcom vs NK. It makes me happy, to say the least. It makes me happy. I'm a happy man after hearing that. Okay, so that's that head done now. Time to get to the next one. The first, hands. Reference from I might try to learn the lyrics of this song in particular because goddamn, this is fucking kick fucking ass. Nice, 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 sirree. Wait. Wow. Whew, that hit me internally. In more ways than one, goddamn. Hold on. Kind of checking some stuff on the side, so forgive me for just a second here. Hold on. Yeah, I think we're doing good here. Ladies, germs, and everybody else in between. We're looking fan-fucking-tastic. And working around the hands a little bit, just so that way the lines kind of look at least a little cohesive. See that? Well, this little bit right here just kind of looks very iffy. And now we go with a little reference to this hand here. Get that there, and then that. Boom. There we go. That hand immediately done. Let's get rid of all the line art for now. And then bring this head back just for references of colors. Sorry, I'm just like really grooving out with the fucking music here, dude. Is that what I wanted to do? Like, this music is just a bop and a half, and I'm loving every second, dude. Every little second. Are you shitting me? look at how tiny that gap is. That is a tiny fucking gap. And it's just enough to have like the whole bucket just like spill out. And I'm like, why? How? What? What way? Oh. And now, colors of the eye. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Bang. All right, now for a little bit of this. Shrink her down a little bit. Shrink it down, shrink it down, shrink it down. All right, bada, 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 boom. Actually realizing it, I should probably do because of this. That's that. One, two, three, turbo. Okay, gonna patch up this little area right here because there's not a lot of yellow just being shown. Ow. Dazaki! Hey, how's it going, man? It's been a minute. I haven't seen you in chat for a hot minute. How you been doing, my man? What? I was throwing over a cord. My everything in my room is a mess. But how you doing there, Dazaki? It's been a hot minute since I last seen you in my chat. You been doing alright, my mans? Great, it's good to be back. Yeah, it's good to have you back in here, man. How have things been for you as of late, huh? It's been forever. Becoming your throw many things, bully? Oh, I bet. I feel like my other viewer, Conquer, over here might have beat you a little to that. So I just realized, okay, yeah, I do have it on the screen. I forgot if I did or not. Forgive. Yeah, I was gonna say my other viewer Conquer may have you beat a little bit there with another thing. He's been the hydration fiend, which reminding myself, stay hydrated, people. Yeah, sorry I haven't really kept contact with you much, man. It's just that I kind of been like focusing on my own stuff as of late, i.e., this stuff that you see right here. But yeah, other than that, a lot of things have just been like everywhere as of late for me, man. Fine, I can understand that. Glad to hear that, my friend. Bam. Forgive me, I'm just kind of like vibing out with the music here too. Like, you hear this shit, man? Now I want to play Tsukuyomi the Divine Hunter. I don't believe I've heard of that one. I don't believe I've heard of that game, if that even is a game. I would assume it is, considering the title. I don't believe I've even heard of that company. I'm looking them up real quick. Hold on. He was a member of Atlas. Oh. Oh. Well, that is interesting.
That right there is an interesting thing to hear.
Till he decided to leave the company for more freedom. Fair. Companies do tend to be very restrictive. That do be a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. At least they're doing what they wish to do the way they wish to do it, you know? Creativity is, in your own way, is your true freedom, you know? He joins another team to make that game. Ah, that's okay. So that's the name. That's the name of the company, I would presume, or is it the Kaneko? Which one is the name? Is it Tsukuyomi? Tsukuyomi? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm terrible with pronunciations of many words. I'm sorry. I'm ready to fucking spill, he says in a teen-rated game. Oh, the company is called Kalopu. I don't believe I've heard of that company. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Is he... Hold on. And how to pronounce that game is Tsukuyumi. Yeah, I do know that the T is silent. I would assume it was like tsunami, you know. I know that with the word tsunami, the T is silent, obviously. Kind of what I really assume whenever I see like a TS. That's when I find out that's what it's like a tsu. Type of noise. Which I gotta say, just because of like, it's in my mind where it's just like, that barely really makes sense much. But then again, I am not the one that wrote other languages, so I can't really say or complain too much, you know? It has as much sense as complaining the fact that birds have the ability to fly. At least that's how it feels to me, you know? Like being like, why do you birds have the ability to fly, you know? The gameplay is card road-like. Oh, so I would presume kind of like a, my assumption would be kind of similar to, what's the name of that one that just recently came out? Well, I would assume either like a Balatro or maybe a Slay the Spire type of game. That's my assumption. What my assumption would kind of be like for like card roguelike. More to like hard fighting game. That is interesting. Card turn-based RPG. You're mentioning different types of games here, man, or different game types. Yeah, card RPG, card fighter, card roguelike. Is it like a mix of all of them? Would you say? Like all those types, like roguelike, fighting, and RPG? Yep, alright, I would presume so. Make mention of all those different types of games. That would be like, it's either like, I have you're giving me a bit of a mixed signal. I can't tell if it's either one or the other. Okay, while this song in general is really good, I think I'm gonna skip to another one. Oh no, is this another one? That's why I love it. The gameplay, music, and storyline are perfect for me. Is this just the same song, but is it like censored, or does it not have the lyrics? But the problem is that the drawing on the card. Yeah, this is the same thing. It's probably just without the lyrics. All right, next thing. Keep My Fire. That's what this one's called. Made by oh. Brother. She's like, I'm not gonna lie, Zaki, you had me for a while, and then you said that. I was like, maybe that might be something I'll look into. Nope. Like I said, that's because, as you can see, as somebody that likes to make their own art, that shit kind of just... But I kind of don't care about it. It's still early, so the drawing might take a while. Alright, you know what? If it's like a filler as a for now thing, then that's kind of okay with me. I just hope that they eventually add in actual art made by human hands. I am a man that kind of prefers things with like that good human touch to them, you know? Like this stuff. Like this is all being made by my own hands. Sure, it's digital, but it's still being made by my own hands. Oh, I already found one. Interesting. Also, mind the fact that, like, on stream that this looks as bright as it does. I don't know why it does look this bright. Kind of realizing it, it's just like, I guess how my iPad wants to kind of like interpret it for like the stream. I don't know why, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. What can you do, you know? Oh boy, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I think that's actually... I think that's all of it done. Yeah, I think that's all of it done now. Oh. All I just need to do later is just kind of like put this into Fugi later, and that'll be it. For now, though, just might also enlarge it just a little bit by grouping all this stuff up real quick. You know, hold on. This will help out a little bit. Check the Twitter DM I sent you. Okay. Twitter, the only place where I just barely like to go ahead and look around anywhere now. Oh, that's just upsetting. that is just upsetting. It's upsetting of the fact of how they wanted it to look as well, and it's just made out of AI. It looks like a good character design, but it's just the fact that it was created by AI just hurts. It hurts. I'm not even gonna bother showing that shit on stream. Because I don't want to hurt anybody else mentally with the fact that I had to see that as well. There are some things I'm fine with scarring others, so that way I don't feel like the only one that's scarred, but even then, it's just like that shit, nobody should be scarred by that. Because that just hurt. Okay, that's that. No. Yep. Okay, yep, I'll be able to come back to that later and fix that on over to Fugi, but for now though, there is one thing that I also kind of want to work on a little bit, because I did this as like a side thing and I'm like, you know what, why not work on this? Why not work on this on stream for a little bit, huh? So you'll give me a minute. I'm not changing the PNG and I'm not transferring the PNG just yet. Excuse me. We're going to be working on another small project that I had kind of prepped and ready on the side for a bit. Wait a second. But my most favorite one is when the Karabai asked me questions. What did that mean? What do that mean? Forgive me, I am yawning a bit because I don't know why. Alright, but anyway, this is what we're going to work on now.
Behold, the comic strip.
This is a little comic strip I've had on this, and kind of been wanting to work on the side for a little bit. Reason why is just because I thought it would be a little fun. It's like a little personal project, but then it was just like, you know what? Why not share this on stream and kind of like share the progress a little bit, you know? As for how I'm going about coloring it, I don't know. I think I might just keep it simple as how I usually do, but I guess we'll see as we go along. For now, I need to get the grid and everything set up for this comic strip. First things first, canvas settings. Okay, you know what, we'll stick with that. Assist. Actually make like one more layer and turn the assist off here and then turn it on here. No, that's the reference. I don't want the reference. Like this question, true or false, the second hardest mineral in the world is considered to be the cubic form of boron nitride. What? That's a bit of a crazy question to ask. Is it a game that likes to give trivia every once in a while? And the answer is true. Nice. Bring it down. Right there. Okay. It is the second hardest after diamond. Oh wow, really? Diamond isn't actually the hardest material. That's kind of crazy, I think. To be honest, I always kind of thought that diamond actually was like the hardest material, but I guess I don't know. You're not exactly on the lines, but it works. Beautiful. Alright. Then we go back to the canvas and then we activate that. What is this? It is this. Give me 1 second. Wow, it is not not at the angle I thought it was. And out of 4 questions I got from him, 2 of them are about Japanese herbs. It's a bit interesting. Yeah, I guess I gotta deactivate this. This will come in handy later. First assist off, and now. Hold on, I should bring the pen thickness up just a tad bit. Line. Put this there. Oh. Question 1 about that. 1 question about the Godai element. What the hell is that? Don't believe I've heard about that one. Alright, there's that out of the way. Okay, instead of this, I have an idea. Whoa. That is a lot of reading. Alright, seems like I got... You know what? I'm gonna commit with this as a bit, so give me 1 second. Let me just... Wow, why is the text gotta be so fucking small? Okay, it's not as bad on this. Okay. Godai. 5 great large physical form are the 5 elements of Japanese Buddhist thought of earth. Thought of earth, chi, water, sui, fire, ka, wind, fu, and void. Ku? Did I already say ku? I thought I did. Either way. Its origins are from the Indian Buddhist concept of Mahabhuta. Forgive me if I butchered that. Disseminated, I don't know that word, and influenced by Chinese traditions before being absorbed, influenced, and refined into by Japanese tradition, culture, and indigenous folk religions. I did not know that. Interesting factoid. I really love that game. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell there, Tizaki. I mean, hey, you love something, you keep doing it. Until it gets to that point where, you know, the old saying of, if you love something, let it go, then you go ahead and just do that. But that's only until, like, you get to that point. I don't know if you ever will, but I mean, hey, we'll see. But even then, you never always let go of the things that you love, you know? I mean, you don't have to keep doing that. That's why I'm doing this a lot. Okay, back to regular pen now. And, you know, hold on a second. Assist, no. Better bring that here. Fuck, hold on. Okay, that's that out of the way. We go even further with this. Now we're really making some progress here, folks. This is some good progress. Great progress indeed. Seeing that, I should actually probably do a minute edit here. Okay, you're gonna need to just do a little bit of that. I'm gonna need to probably bring this down just a hair. Alright, now this is where we turn assist off. I'm gonna get rid of this grid real quick because it's just kind of in the way. Okay, and then we bring in the lines. Get really in there. Get deep in there. That's what she said to him. I kind of don't care about the AI art. It can change later on, as long as the gameplay, music, story, and other things I like is totally fine by me. I guess that's a bit fair, but at the same time, it's just like, in my eyes, it's just like, well, then again, I'm pretty fast when it goes to art. I mean, have you been seeing how fast I've been flying through this shit? But I mean, like, it feels like it really shouldn't take that long for many art pieces. Like, unless you really want to get into like very, very, very detailed things, I feel like that's just in general a bit of a different story. You know what I mean? It just feels like a bit of a different story in that case. But even then, it's just like, it never hurts to like really try getting into art yourself. Like, I don't know if the person who did that is an artist himself or themselves. I don't really know, but I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to like really make a lot of stuff, you know. And then again, I myself have been like drawing since I was like a wee little 5-year-old. So you know what makes that you know what makes the art gonna be long? No, I do not. What's taking the art, huh? Line. Oh, hey, Cerebot Banditbot in the chat. Thank you, Cerebot. In that game, you can change the art in the card. Oh. I guess that would make a lot of sense then. But even then, why not just hire like a bunch of artists and have them make like a bunch of art, you know? I mean, I get that like it obviously would cost a lot because each artist obviously have their different like price points, but even then, so one card can have a multiple pieces of art. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. But even then, like if that would be the case, like why not come to other people for that stuff? You know, can you draw the same style as probably not. I'll be honest. I mean, I could probably learn to, but at the same time, it's just like I'm more used to drawing in my own style than anything. So it's like I don't really know if I would be able to be like a good artist for them to hire. But then again, I guess it kind of really just like depends. I could probably get close, but not close enough to where people could distinguish it as like the game's art style. You know what I mean? Okay. Now we get to the fun part. Well, his art where the top of the lips is like a mustache. Wait, what? You mind giving me an example by chance? I'll keep Twitter open. I say Twitter like that because I just don't rightly like going on the Twitter much nowadays. I mainly prefer Blue Sky nowadays, personally. Though I do check up on certain things every once in a while, like friends that either haven't made the switch yet, or other companies that also really haven't been like making the switch. As for news on that site, what news? Sense? Alright. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I kind of do look a little bit like a mustache. It's probably like one of those types of things where people, and this is a real thing, where people like have like the upper lip be like a different shade of lipstick than the lower lip. And that is a thing that some people do, which I don't get personally. But I mean, hey, as it's usually said, to each their own. I think it meant to be the shadow for the mid part in between the lips. Yeah, I could see that, but at the same time, it's just like it's really kind of just like bordering over that. You know what I mean? Excuse me. It's really bordering on the idea of like these are supposed to be the lips. Because it really does look like a mustache. Well, I gotta go now. Got things to do. Yeah, no problem there, Jazaki. You do what you need to do, buddy. It was nice to be able to talk to you again, man. Hope you have yourself a good rest of your morning, day, night, evening, whatever time zone you're in, buddy. Yeah, have a good one. It was nice talking to you. Come on. Come on, I've had to work with me just for a minute here, please and thank you. Yeah, that works out a little. fuck? Why is my iPad having a hard time trying to decipher the fact that I am touching the screen? It doesn't usually have this problem whenever I'm using it off stream much. So why does it happen whenever it's on stream? Must be the streamer's curse of just like many things, you know? But you know, I will say, kind of going with like the AI stuff that Dazaki was talking about earlier. Reason why seeing that shit just kind of hurt is just because, like, dude, I'm pretty sure there's just like, I mean, there's definitely just in general some people out there, like even me, for example, that probably would definitely be fine with like working for fairly cheap. Like, I mean, if ever needed to be, I would be fine with making an art piece for like $3. Hell, I would even make one for $1. Just that I have my stuff listed as like 5, 10, and 20 just because like it feels like a fair price point, especially in like today's economy. Where hand-drawn art just feels like it feels like it's slowly kind of becoming like a thing in the past, and I hate that. I feel like hand-drawn stuff should be normalized once again, just because like it's nice. It really has that humanoid touch, you know? And it's crazy how like AI has come, I will say. While it is impressive, it also just scares me a little. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am a man that definitely likes technology and the idea of it progressing as much as it has. But this shit is just like, it's bordering in a lot of areas, you know what I mean? Okay, this one's been going on for a minute here. Oh, 25 minutes to be precise. Higher and higher was. Giving it a little listen first. And I think we'll go to the next one. This one's called Sonic Party. Okay. Oh, maybe not this one. This one's called Scrap Beats. Alright, a strong start. Alright. I can dig this. This one's nice. I needed some water in my system. So you know what? I'm gonna spread the teeth out a little bit. Yeah, looking good so far. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Okay, right, you're right. Oh no, the hydrate. Thank you there, Conker.
What do nightmares taste like anyway?
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Oh, so I realized I never actually put the I never put the sound alert thing on here. I should change that real quick. Let me do a little bit of searchy dirty real quick. Searchy dirty. Okay, hold on. Okay, so that is that. Yeah, I never put it on here. Alright, I'm gonna change that real quick. Browser. Wait, hold on, I just realized it. Did I never actually like put the regular alert box on? Hold on. I'm gonna do this just in case, because I don't remember if I did or not. Holy fuck, I didn't. Yeah, I gotta change that real quick. Excuse me. I kept everything in mind except for the alert boxes and the sound alerts. Like, what the hell am I... What the hell am I thinking? Okay, alert box set there. And sound alerts, where are you, sound alerts? There you are, sound alerts. Have you set right? No. We're gonna set you at a random spot and have you be put right here. Actually, no, right here. Here, yeah, there we go. That works. Alright, audio mode, out. I think we are good to go. Also kind of realizing it, I also had an emote wall. I should add that onto the screen as well. Hold on, okay, this is it. There it is. There you are. Alright, emote wall has been added. There was just so much shit that I had forgot to put on here that it was just like, this was just like something I kind of had as like a little small thought of like, you know what, why not go ahead and go for this? It feels like it could be fun, why not, right? And I forgot to add literally everything needed for it. Forgive me while I just readjust myself a little bit here. Why? Because why not? What the fuck? Oh yeah, right. Okay. All good. Okay, my back right now. What is up on my back? Hold on. Well, will it make some noises? Let's see. Okay, no, not that way. How about this one? Oh. That felt like something. I need to stand up real quick because holy that took a bit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. God damn. Whew. Give me a second to kind of also stretching at the moment. Also, this is just for a personal thing. I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna zoom out of this real quick and do a little show Shep a little something, since he's the one that always recommends this. I'm gonna let him know that I'm doing like a comic strip stream. Because he's always the one that is recommended, like, you should do a comic strip stream. You should make like you should like draw a comic on stream. You should make a comic book on stream. Well, I'm gonna let him know that I'm doing that right now. Making a comic book strip, like you said. Hold on, I should shorten that down to comic strip. On stream. Like you said. Are you proud of me, Papa? I'm gonna send that exactly to him. Just to see what his reaction will be. No, I find it funny that I call him Papa, but I'm older than him. By like, I think like 2-3 years maybe. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I always forget the fact that I'd have friends that are like younger than me. I always like have the assumption of they're like older than me, but that's never the case. Like, I forgot that Mask is like 22, my buddy Mask. I'm 25, he's 22, and I'm like, how are you younger than me? Like, you guys ever get that feeling sometimes where it's just like you forget the fact that there are like other people that are like younger than you? Hey, these youngsters over here, like, you see that? But seriously, do you guys ever get that feeling of just like forget? You ever have that moment where you forget that like other people are like younger than you? Because I always forget that a lot. I'm not kidding. I forget the idea that like many others are like younger than me. I wish for it, but never happens. For me to be younger. Yeah. I guess it's just because I'm still in like the mentality of like, I still feel 18, even though that's not at all the case. Like, even at the age of 25, which is where I'm at right now, I still mentally feel like I'm like 18 or 19, you know? Yeah, exactly. It's just how it feels to me sometimes. Like, you mentally feel one age, but you physically are another. Okay, hold on. Whew. That is crazy. Should probably make it just a tad bit shorter. What? So far, nothing back from Shep yet. I'm like looking on the side. I messaged him on Snap, and I'm like waiting for him to like respond in any sort of way. Got like a little itch on my leg. Oh, all right. Oh. Okay, I think we've made a nice amount of progress so far with this. Also, by the way, you want to know a little fun fact of when I was making this comic strip? This monster in particular, like this whole monster, I'm not gonna lie, I half-assed the design a little bit. And as I was making this, I was just like, bro, I already kind of like this design. Like, I literally was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna draw whatever kind of monster form comes to my brain and just kind of work with it. And then I made this and I'm like, how does this actually work? Why does this actually kind of look nice? Like, you know what I mean? And it's making me think like, fuck, I want to make a full design now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those moments where, like, as an artist, I don't know if anybody else that doesn't draw has this moment, but it's just like, it's one of those moments where it's like, I designed something and it's just like, I love this. I love this already. I've only known it for a second, but I love it already. Yeah, looking good so far, though. Yeah, and one little thing that I did also design with this monster. Hold on one second. You can see it in like this strip right here, but it's just like I made it like a design where it has like kind of like not necessarily like a mammoth in a sort of way or like even an elephant, but it has like little tusks kind of coming out from like the side of the mouth a little bit that is just like protruding out to the front. It will have two, it has like two tusks, like, hold on. It has two tusks like right over here, but one's just obviously covering up the other. That was like the mental idea that I had for that. I got like a fucking boulder knot in my nose that wants to leave and it's getting a little stuck and it needs a bit of extra force. Hold on. For anybody that hates the sound of somebody blowing nose, sorry, not sorry. Oh. Yeah, that's a bottle. What? Everything that tried to go out one way is now going out the other, i.e. my own esophagus. Fuck. Right. Yeah, a little bit of a touch up right there and right there. Looking good. Ooh, you hear that? Ooh. Wait a second. Hold on. Morbid ASMR, cracking knuckles, ready? Whew. Alright, that out of the way. How did it get to the eraser? I did not tap the pad sol properly once. Bro, what, Conker, huh? Did I make you crack yours? No? Then what? Just a lot of cracking? Yeah. The way I always see that stuff is like very morbid bubble wrap. It's bubble wrap, but in the body. How do you get a line out of a curve? Shorten her up. Enlarge that. No, I'm not gonna lie, this actually is also kind of like the first like creature that I designed with like fully like dark black eyes as well, because I normally like to go for creatures that have like a sort of pupil of some kind, just because it obviously kind of looks, I don't know, I guess semi-realistic in a sort of way of saying. But actually kind of like seeing it like this kind of makes me think, you know what? This works. I normally always like to go for the type of style with like a pupil anyhow, because it just like feels more natural to me, I guess, in a sort of way of saying. You know, this is a nice little change of pace. A nice little change of pace, and I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, now for this. I'm not gonna lie, when I was drawing this, I kind of forgot my continuity for a minute. And forgot that I drew this with that leg being the right leg, when in reality the robotic leg is my left leg. That's how you really know when it's your own things, people, where you forget your own continuity half the time. But hey, that's how it is as an artist. Okay, I have an idea on how I want to draw this out, but it may be a little rough. But let's see how this goes. Maybe drawing out a shadowy format of myself, because that's how it is. Kind of like wanting to give the idea of like sun's right behind me, even though it actually isn't. Alright, what'd you catch in there, Conqueror? Oh, perch. Nice. It's a pretty looking fish. Yes. 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 You know, though, kind of thinking about it, it's been a while since I personally last fished. It has been a minute. Yes. Even though, funny enough, I do have a lake right outside of my house, so if I ever did feel like it, I could go fish. But honestly, I think I'm good from fishing, personally. Not to say that I hate fishing, it's just that I don't really have the necessary want to go fish, you know what I mean? No fish, but also fish, yeah. Actually realizing it, I should change up the way that the hoodie, or the silhouette of the hoodie kind of looks. So that way I can help sell it a little. kind of looking a little, and gonna look like a perfect silhouette a little bit. Not gonna lie. Alright, and I got an idea for the way the mask will look. I mean, obviously everything's gonna have like the obvious silhouette of looking similar to myself. Because, I mean, obviously it has to. But in terms of everything else, there's just a minute detail that I think will fit this perfectly. What is that you're about to see in 3, 2, 1. I might need to get a finer sort of pen for this. Hold on. Really get into the crevices of this. It's working out so far, but I need to readjust the eyes a little. Yeah, actually that works. Yeah. That works out really well. Help give the idea of how far up I am. It actually kind of works out really well. The thing is, this is my first attempt of doing something like that too. few small bits here and there. Get rid of that so that way I can actually see what it's looking like. Looking good. Looking real good. It is nice, yes. Oh boy. Give it a good old fish. Okay, still also nothing from Shep yet. Even the usual updates whenever need be. Okay, everything's looking okie dokie hunky dory. Yes, looking very nice. Very nice indeed, yes. Okay, yeah, eyes. Almost forgot. Come on there, Procreate. Let's go. Come on, grab the fucking screen, please. Wow, we listened to that whole song. I didn't even realize. Alright, the next one is called BB. Is that what it is? Yep. Alright, so far so good. Alright. Anything more? Oh, yep, there's a little more. I can hear it. Alright, this is kind of nice. Alright, now time for what I think is going to be the craziest part. Trying to make a silhouette of my of me. Basically doing a fucking rocket style dive. That is no joke. Gonna get like a general shape of everything. I'm gonna give it like the silhouette treatment a little bit as well. You gotta remember that the one basically doing the propulsion is the left leg here. I should actually formulate it to where it actually looks a little more normal, or at least like a little bit more straightened. That's a little too high, isn't it? Shit. Also kind of wound up being a little too thin too. Alright, purposes, I'm actually going to draw this on a separate layer. Draw it on this one. All this is going to be blackened like how it is up here. Up here, if you weren't paying attention. I bet, what are you doing? I'm still having a hard time trying to conjure up the fact that I am touching the screen. Looking sick. Like trying to get like remember like the good idea of like what I had earlier with this. I'm doing this just for purposes of needing to remember. Oh boy, that's a little too big. Where the fuck did that come from? Some of you may be asking, why didn't you draw it in the box that you were going to attempt to draw it in? Well, that's the reason why I drew it on the opposite layer, so that way I can get an idea of like where I need to put this. Wrong thing. Yeah, that actually kind of gives off the silhouette that I actually was looking for. It's actually perfect. That's what I was wanting. And now we move it down just a bit, like so. I do need to go back in and kind of touch it up a little bit because this is just looking a little bit, just a little bit. Working out pretty nicely, I will say. And that's where we combine those together. Okay. Now here's where the effects kind of come in for this. Actually, you know what, they kind of don't really work out as well as I thought it would. This whole thing right here is kind of also where the magic technology bit kind of also takes its toll into play, you know? Takes a role in this play, I mean. Yeah, not what I was hoping to get, but I mean, okay, that works out a little bit there. Looking pretty nice, eh? Looking pretty good. Sorry for the fact that I kind of been a little silent with this. It's just I've been focusing up. I focused up heavily for a minute, if you couldn't tell. You know, I'm not gonna lie though, listening to this like music as long as I have, it definitely has a touch of like that 2000 sounding sort of music, you know what I mean? At least when it comes to games. That 2000 feel of music, video game music I should say. Anybody else get that feel with this in particular? Because it definitely got that feel, at least to me. To me it do. To me it do. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Actually, hold on, I realized that I want this to be a little bit more like that. You know what? Yeah, that works out very nicely. That works out very nicely, yes. Yes, indeedy. Like for real though, so far, actually, hold on. To everybody listening, real quick, out of actual pure curiosity, what are you all thinking so far about this, huh? Opinions so far. Out of pure curiosity. I'm not gonna lie, this water I have do be kind of tasting a little weird. I mean it good, but it kind of do got a weird taste to it. Alright, well, you know, so far, not gonna lie, this is actually pretty nice. Might finish up the line work of this next part right here, and then I might go ahead and call it there. Enlarging the eraser a little bit so that way I can cover more ground with erasing this, because kind of realizing it, that line worked kind of a little ass. Yep. Yep. I forgot that I also had like the funny little tongue thing going on. Like a funny little dog tongue thing. Yeah. Yeah. So you might want to like space them out just a tad bit, the teeth here. Sha. Hydrate, thank you for the hydrate there, Conker.
What do nightmares taste like anyway?
Pepsi.
Yeah, real quick, Conker, since you're back, what are you thinking so far, huh? In terms of the line work, boom. What do you think so far? You thinking it's looking pretty good? Because I'm thinking it's looking pretty good too. It's coming out good. That's nice to hear, friendo. I'm gonna be finishing up just a line work of this, and then I'm gonna call it there because we've been at this for about 3 hours now. A little over, but hey, who's counting, right? Curious to see when the color is in it. I think I might let that be a thing I'll take care of over the weekend, or at least try to. If taking care of the house or the yard of the house, it will get in the way. But we shall see. that stuff for the most part has kind of been getting in the way a little bit. I mean, if I gotta be honest, since we were like tossing straw everywhere to help the grass grow a little bit, my hands have been smelling like straw. And I have also been sanding quite a bit of wood earlier today as well. Because we've been trying to get into the fine details of the thing that we're sanding down. And oh boy, it's a hassle. But hey, that is how it is. Projects take a long while, whether you like it or not. I mean, besides, take a look at this stuff. I was working on that PNG just earlier today, and now I'm working on this. Actually realizing it, I should probably have it like this. Trying to get like an idea of how the thumb should look. It's hard to make a thumb look like a thumb. Hands are hard, especially when you try to make your own variant of a hand. Yeah, I think that might work out a little. Oh boy. Is that good? You know, it's kind of looking alright. Will that be better? Yeah, you know, that's a bit better. Squeeze is heating up tonight with this one, baby. Might need to manipulate the bend of the arm a little bit here. Looking nice, looking nice. Yeah, looking pretty spiffy. Actually, realizing it as well. More or less, probably make a lot more sense to kind of look like, have it look a lot like this, right? Yeah, actually, yeah, that works. Wow, that's the end of this. God damn, how long have I been going through this? Yeah, this is a bit different from what I could tell. Alright, that's a bit funky. I can get behind this. That is a little too big of an eraser. Alright. It's kind of getting a little everywhere. Listen to this. Let's give this one a listen for a minute. Okay, this one's not kind of really working for me, I'll be honest. How about this one? This one's called Worth of My Fist. Alright, you know what? This one's actually really good. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay, gonna make this one a bit of an arch because I feel like it might be a little necessary to do so. I'm glad that I got the idea that I wanted this to be an arc. Because usually it has a hard time trying to decipher that. I believe I've had a few moments during stream where it's shown to have that problem. Just trying to get a nice arc. Alright, so far so good. I've been enjoying this a bit, I'm not going to lie. This is proving to be a bit fun, just working on the line art here. Some people are probably looking at it being like, bro, how can you find this fun? This looks tedious as fuck. That's what makes it fun, at least to me. I have been drawing for, I don't even remember how long at this point. So I'm used to it. The fact that I can use a pencil and paper, or even in this case, a tablet and a very expensive pencil that is like electronic to make my imagination come to life, it feels very freeing. Good. So far, we're good. Yeah. Realizing it, there's a little too small of a gap between the ankle bit of the foot and the actual bottom of the foot. Alright. So far, so good. Oh boy. Okay. I think now is definitely a good time to call it, 'cause we've been at this for 3 hours and 20 minutes. And boy, oh 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 boy. It is hot in my room. I'm getting a little tired. And I think now, out of all times, is definitely a nice time to call it. So, I believe with that said, let's go ahead and call it. In the meantime, let me go ahead and set everything up for a raid as per usual. I know I'm kind of definitely making this a little too abrupt of an end, but mentality kind of spinning a little bit. I don't know why. I think I might have like a headache coming up out of nowhere. So I think I might need to take a bit of a break for a good while. In the meantime, I need to stand up. The wrestlers say, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Yes, I'm Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Shadys are just imitating. So what? The real Slim Shady. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. All right. Anyway, as said, time for raid. So, as usual, the raid message will be in the chat in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bang. So to anybody that wants to participate in the raid, feel free to copy paste the message I just put it in the chat. If you do not have the emotes, feel free to either A, use your own, or B, use some others that you like to use. That was a lie. Okay, I already see a person that we can immediately raid out to. Somebody that we have not raided out to in probably a bit of a while now. So, why not we do that? Let's go ahead and raid out to Vapor Skull. Why don't we? Oh, that's the wrong letter. Hold on 1 second. Vapor Skull, there they are. They seem to be playing some Doom Dark Ages. So let's go ahead and send it their way over there. Why don't we? Damn. Seriously though, this was definitely a lot of fun, and I'm glad I was able to do this, because even though I know I have been doing quite a bit of art streams, last week in particular was definitely a notable one, but honestly, I do definitely try to like do a lot of these at least the best I can, because boy, oh boy, oh boy, I really do need to focus on art a lot more, and it's a bit of a hassle, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely also a bit hard to kind of like concentrate on certain things that I want to draw, but hey, to each their own, as I usually say. But hopefully I can definitely conjure up many ideas for later down the line, especially for streams. But till then, that's something to figure out for a later day. And when that day comes, thank you to everybody who's joined me since the beginning of the stream. I do deeply appreciate it. And for those that stopped by to either say hi and or look for a bit, I appreciate all of y'all as well. As usual, it means a lot. You take some time to see his dumbass smiles on your screen for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, I believe with all that said and out of the way, y'all have a good one. It was nice to chill out during this nice stream. So until next time, y'all have a good one. Take care. I am Star, signing out for now. Talk to y'all later.